What's up, everybody? It is Royal J, and I am back with another Insecure Review Season 2, Episode 4, so let's just get right into it. I did not record my Insecure review last night because I was super tired. I had been out for a while. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to bed, I'm going to wake up a little early, and then I'm going to record my review. So, it's like 6 going on 7 o'clock right now. It's pretty early still. But I just wanted to hurry up and record it and get it out of the way so I can have enough time to focus on Love and Hip Hop. So I won't be stuck trying to edit both videos and then trying to hurry up and upload both. So I'm very comfortable. I'm in my robe. I didn't feel like combing my hair, so I just threw on a hat. I didn't feel like looking for a shirt, so I just kept my robe on and say, hey, let me set up and record. Issa walks into the house. She's very happy. You know, she just got some dick the night before. She's happy. She's singing Kiss and Grind. She's grinding through the hallway. Like, it's just like an Issa being happy and not miserable and upset and angry. She walks in, Molly comes out, Molly isn't ready yet, and she's just like, you gotta hurry up, like, you know, starts at 3 o'clock. So she was like, girl, you know, it's a process and all of that stuff. So Issa and Kelly is talking, and Kelly asks her about the guy that she's supposed to be meeting at the event. And she shows Kelly a picture of the guy. His name is Felix. And I know he's a model on, I see him on Instagram a couple of times, so I'm very familiar with his face. So she just like, you know, she wanted to meet a couple other guys in case she don't like him. Molly comes out, she's finally ready, and they leave. Lawrence is at home. He's getting ready to leave because he's going out with Chad, his friend. I finally remember his name. His name is Chad, and he's supposed to be going out with him. So he's just like, you know, you want to be out in these streets. You out in these streets. You want to, you know, you want to hang out and stuff like that. So Lawrence is like, yeah, I'm down. Set it up. So somebody else was supposed to go with them, but Chad don't want to hang out with the guy because he like every time they go out, it's always fights and arguments. So I can understand that because, you know, you go out to have fun, not do stupid stuff. Like, you just want to let loose and have fun. So he was like, you know, I'm gonna hit up my weed man and stuff like that. And then Lawrence was like, what? No, the last time I did that, I blacked out. He was just like, yeah, go ahead. Kelly, Issa, and Molly arrives at the event, and they walking in, they seeing guys that they like already. You know, they talking about they gonna get effed up. You know, Issa says she wanna have sex. While they're there, they go to their seats, and Dro comes over. He was just like, oh, y'all got the cheap seats so y'all can listen, you know, be closer to the speakers. Oh, y'all come in looking like Destiny Child. So Kelly was like, who is Michelle? So she pointed to Issa. So Issa pointed the middle finger at her and stuff. So he was just like, he finna leave before his friends go and eat his chicken tenders. So Molly goes to leave with him to go get her food, to go eat. While they're sitting there, some girls come over trying to sit to their seats. And Kelly and Issa just say, get up, go. So they get up and leave. Everybody just keep trying to come and sit to their seat. So Lawrence is on his way to the grocery store to go get beer, and for, I guess, the party that he was supposed to be going to. He makes an illegal turn. He makes an illegal U-turn, and he gets pulled over, and the police tells him, you know, you made an illegal U-turn. And he was like, oh, I didn't think it was a problem because I saw other cars doing it. Police ask for his registration and his license, and then he go over and check everything, and he gives him a warning. He told him, you know, he gave him a warning because of something with his tag name. And he was like, we beat y'all bad last year. So Issa recognizes the guy that she cheated on Lawrence with. I don't remember the guy's name, but the guy that she had sex with in the studio, he's at the event that she's to. She noticed him, and she's talking to Molly. It was like, he's over there and stuff, and Molly was like, girl, would you want to leave? Like, you know, you want to go over there and deal with the situation? So she was like, I'm gonna be a grown up, be an adult, and deal with it. So she goes over to talk to him, and it's awkward. We all know that Issa is very awkward person. She's very weird, you know. So she's talking to him, and she's just sitting there like, yeah. Like, she have so much she want to say, but she just don't know how to. So she tells him she apologized for what she said and all of that stuff that happened. It shouldn't have never happened. You know, it was wrong. And he tells her, you know, it's all right. It's a thing in the past. I'm over it. Like, you know, let's just be over it. Let it go. So she was just like, okay, and then it's like more awkward, and he was just like, you know, go have fun and stuff like that. So they part ways, she go her way, he go his way, and go back and entertain his friends. And then we see Lawrence in the store, he's bringing up his stuff, but he don't have his card. And he's looking for it, he can't find his money, he can't find his card nowhere, so he asked the cashier, could he go home and go get his card, because she hold his stuff for him. And these two Caucasian girls says they offer to pay for his stuff. He's like, no, don't worry, I got it, you know, it's too much. So they asked how much it was, and the lady told him $49.99, $50 plus tax, I guess. And it was like, no, we got it. So from the look of these girls, their eyes, the way they're looking, the way they're acting, we already know what it is. We already know what's going to happen. And I said this in my last review, episode 3. So you guys go check that out, because I did say he was going to end up messing with white girls. I said that. I predicted that. I knew it. They keep offering to pay for it, they keep offering, and they pay for it. And then he leaves. As he walking out the store, the girls approach him and was like, oh, where you going? And they approached him, they called him Dum Dum because he had a Dum Dum in his pocket. They asked him, you know, where you going with all those drinks and stuff? And he was like, he's going to his friend pregame party. So they was like, doesn't he look like Craig? And she was like, oh my gosh, yes, he does. So I knew from the beginning where this was going to go. When they offered to pay for his stuff, I already knew it was going to be a catch. It was going to be something that these girls had up their sleeve. And I'm going to get deeper into that afterwards. So he asked them what are they going to get into, and they tell him, oh, we're probably going to drink some wine, hang out, try to stay out of trouble. He was like, so you guys are trouble? So they say it depends. So they tell him it sucks that he's going to be hanging out with his boys, and he tells them, hey, no, it's alright, it's all good, you know, I don't have to see him. Issa meets up with the guy Felix, and the guy is just like, really not feeling her. He's just like, you know, you look totally different from your profile picture, your hair looks different, you know. Then he asks her, do you always talk like that? Like, I thought your voice would sound a little bit different. Just because she have her hair a certain way in her picture doesn't mean it's going to always be like that. And if you never talk to her on the phone, how you going to expect for her voice to sound a certain way? So I didn't really understand him. He acts like he's too good for certain people, and y'all know what I'm talking about. But he doesn't like her. He goes, and she was like, well, what are you looking at? Like, you trying to go and find your friends? And he was like, yeah. So he was like, oh, I found him. I'm going to go, you know, have fun. And he hit her on the shoulder and walk away. The guy that Issa cheated with is over there. He's watching, and he chuckle and then turn his head. So Molly and Dro is sitting down, and she done ate damn near all his chicken tenders. Shake That Monkey came on. And when I tell you, when I was watching it, I was just like, oh my God, because I love that song. And every time I hear that song, I think about that girl that had the big boobs and that be dancing, and the little boy was sitting next to her. I have to find that video. They get up and start dancing. Then they grinding on each other and dancing all over each other. And I'm just like, Molly, really? Like, I know y'all grew up together. Come on, you know he's married, girl. Like, it ain't like you don't know. You know he's married and you want to get with him, you like him, and it's just like, come on now. But she don't care. So after they're dancing, kissing, grinding, everything, he tells her that, well, she was just like, no, I don't think Candace will be okay with this. And he was like, oh, she don't mind. Like, she don't mind. And she was like, what you, no. She looked like she got them hands and all that stuff, and she was like, I don't fight like I used to. He was like, no, we're open. So basically him and Candace is in an open relationship, which means he could go and sleep with other people, and so can she, because the traditional marriage where you only sleep with your husband, you only sleep with your wife, you only have kids with your husband and wife, you only show affection towards your husband and wife, didn't work for them. The traditional marriage did not work for them, so they decided to be open. So she gets to sleep with whoever she wants, as long as she's honest to tell him. He could do the same, and, you know, vice versa. So it seems to be working for them. They're still together, they're happy, they love each other. You know, they like, hey, you gotta be honest in your relationship. So long as you're honest in your relationship and you don't, it's a lot of celebrities who are swingers, who are in open marriages and stuff. So, I mean, as long as both of the spouses are honest with each other, I don't really see a problem with it. But she was just like, no, you know, I don't know how I feel about that. And he just basically want to hook up with her. But she's very hesitant. She doesn't want to do it, but you can tell deep down inside she really wants to, and I feel like she's going to. And hey, we may never know, Molly, Candace, and Joel may have a threesome in the future episodes. So Lawrence is at the house with the two girls, and at this moment I was very irritated and pissed off with him because I'm like, for one, you don't even know their age. You don't know if these are young girls and their parents are out of town, their rich parents are out of town, and they're going out looking for men to sleep with. So they sit in the house, the girl is rolling a joint, they're smoking, drinking, they got a bar, they drinking alcohol, they smoking and everything. Having fun, the girl is playing The Weeknd, my favorite song, Die For You. I love that song, it's probably one of my favorite songs off the album. But she was dancing on him and grinding on him. It was just like, you know, do you like The Weeknd? And he was like, yeah, he's cool, you know, he's pretty cool or whatever. So she started dancing on him and kissing on him. And he's texting Chad, letting Chad know that he won't be there because he met up with two girls and he thinks one of them is feeling him. So she was like, who are you texting? And then she take a picture of herself licking his neck and sends it to him. And he's just like, Chad is just rooting for him, happy for him, like, yeah, whatever. And then the other girl, well, the one who was grinding on Lawrence was over by the bar fixing a drink, and I keep hearing, like, I'm like, okay, I know I hear sniffing. Like, this girl is over there, is she doing drugs over there? Because I'm hearing her sniff a lot. And apparently she was. So the girl starts kissing, the one who is really feeling Lawrence, and I think Lawrence was feeling her too, started kissing on him, and then the other girl came over who was rolling the joint, came over and started kissing on the other girl, and then it was kind of like they was leaving Lawrence out for a little bit, but then they kind of joined in and all three of them started kissing. So we already know where that's going to lead to. Eat back up to their table. They're all complaining about how their night is not going good, how it sucks, and all that stuff. And Molly is telling them about Joe and his open marriage. And he says, like, you consider like, you want to do it? Like, you know, is that what you're going to do? She was like, no, hell no. I don't want to do that. What happened to traditional marriage? And, you know, they was just like, hey, if they honest and open with each other and stuff like that, Molly isn't really feeling it. But it's like she's forcing herself not to really feel it. But you can tell she really wants Joe. So here is the big part. Lawrence is having sex. Now this is when I'm going to read Lawrence. Lawrence is having sex with these girls. He's having a threesome. One is sitting on his face and the other one is sitting on his area. So while they're having sex, the girl is grinding on him and she's just moaning and yelling and saying, oh, you know, I love your black cock and it's so big and sticking in my white hole and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, what the hell type of Pornhub is this? Like, I don't know if it's just me and anybody that is Caucasian that is watching this video and you are like that, is no offense. But I get real offended when I hear, like, I don't know if it's offended, but I get real irritated and cringe when I don't like the word cock. Like, don't say that word around me. I get irritated, I either laugh, like, I just don't understand that word. So, you're sitting there, she's just saying all these things, and you can tell Lawrence is liking it because this is not something that he's used to. This is very different for him. He's used to sleeping with black women, and now he has a white woman, and I knew it was going to happen. So I knew these girls was probably going to turn him out, and he's going to want to stay with white girls. So these girls are freaky, you know, they having sex, and the girl was just saying, make me squirt, and all of this stuff, and then I guess she, you know, got what she wanted. And she gets off of him and she lays down, and then the other girl was like, oh, that was sitting on his face, was like, oh, me next, I want some. So she goes to sit on it, and it's soft. So she was like she was getting into it, and she was like, he's soft. So the other girl was like, did you come? And he was like, no, she was like, why did you come? And something like that. And he was like, because we fucked. So the other girl was just so mad. He was like, no, don't worry. I'm gonna just let me breathe. I'm gonna get it back up. He breathes, doesn't get back up. Girl is irritated and mad. So they're like, you know, the other black guys that we had sex with, They come, and then they go, you know, they start back up again. And he was like, other black guys, and it was like, yeah. Then they started naming the other guys, that the black guys that they had sex with that lasted long. So apparently these girls have a track record. They love to meet black men in public and take them home and have threesomes with them. Listen, hey, whatever floats your boat. Some men is into that, some women are into that, that's fine. But I feel like this is it's weird because I just feel like I'm trying to say it without sounding racist or being disrespectful. But I feel like some white women who are like that, who particularly aims for black men, are the ones who don't really look at black men as human. They look at them as a fetish. They look at them as a fantasy. So it's something to fulfill them sexually, but as far as a relationship or as far as anything serious, that's not what they want. They just look at men as big black cocks and that's it. So I just didn't like that scene. That made me feel very uncomfortable with. But the man is single, so I guess he does what he's doing what he want to do. He's having fun. But afterwards, they go over to snorting coke. They're drinking. They're talking about going to a party. They're talking about calling some other guys. And it's just like they didn't use no condoms. You didn't even know these girls, and you let one of them sit on your face. You're kissing on them. You're licking on them. You don't know if they kids, adults, because it's a lot of kids out here that's 16, 17 and looking 25 and 30. So I'm just like, you don't know if these girls are kids. You don't know if they're young. You didn't use a condom. You didn't look at the IDs. You didn't do anything. You just saw it as an opportunity to have sex, and that's what you did. So I just really wasn't feeling that. Lawrence, but so apparently he wasn't really feeling it either, because afterwards, that's when we see he goes over back to the apartment where Issa lives, where they were living, and then he's talking to Chad and telling Chad how it went and all that stuff, and Chad talking to him, and then it pans over, we see he was at the apartment, and he leaves the apartment and drives off. So the girls are getting ready to leave, Issa and Kelly. Well, Kelly is happy because she's going to meet up with the guy that she met from the dance floor. Find anybody. The guy that she was anticipating to get with ended up not being who she thought he was going to be. And the guy that Molly was talking to, Dro, she tells him they're getting ready to leave. He's getting ready to leave and stuff like that. So they're talking and saying their goodbyes or whatever. So they goes to this restaurant, Molly, Issa, and Kelly. Kelly goes and she's talking to the guy that she met. Molly is sitting there, Issa's sitting there lonely, and then Issa looks over and the guy who she had her dealings with is sitting over there with his friends at the table. So you can tell these two are going to eventually hit it back off and start dealing with each other, and I feel like she should, you know what I'm saying, because you had sex with the guy, you were into the guy, so why not try to pursue something? The guy that Kelly was talking to, and next thing you know, they're sitting there and Kelly is making these strange faces, she's making these noise, she's moving around, and she's just like this. The guy was fingering her underneath the table. Underneath the table at the restaurant where everybody is eating and sitting there. You know, some people are into that stuff where you get kinky in public places, and you know, Issa's friend ended up texting her and was like, is your girl getting fingered under the table? And they say yeah, stuff like that. And Molly talking to this, she ended up texting the guy Dro. And he was like, oh, you know, you wanted some company, and she was going to say yeah. But she tells him no, she's tired, she have a flight she have to take for next week and stuff to travel, whatever. And then Issa gets her plate after she talks to her friend and heads over to the table where he is and sitting with him and eating, while this other guy is sitting there talking to Molly about the Lion King, the new age Lion King. The night seems to go well at the end for the girls, except for Molly. I feel like this new Issa, like the happy Issa, I'm really loving it. Because I knew she wasn't really too happy when she was with Lawrence, and I knew after the whole breakup, she wasn't happy either. Hoe, H-O-E, in single phase right now, and they're kind of enjoying it. Like, they're having fun, they're smiling, they're laughing, they enjoying being hoes right now. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Follow all of my social media down below in the description box. And make sure you click the bell to be notified when I upload. Now, I'm sorry that it wasn't too much. I didn't really get to be hype and funny like I really wanted to, but it's super early in the morning and I just wanted to get the video out the way. So yeah, I liked the episode. It was dope. So I will see you guys in the next video.